Welcome to another episode of Reading with Pak Steven. Well, as you know, Mr. Ted had a special hat on last week. Well, he has a new one this week. And you'll see it's almost the same as the other one, but it is gold. Mr. Ted loves to wear gold. Well, boys and girls, you're very lucky this week because I'm going to read to you a book by one of my favorite authors. And his name is Bob Graham. And the story is called Home in the Rain. Home in the Rain. Didn't it rain? It hit the highway, bucketing down on Francie and her mum and her baby sister on their way home from Grandma's. It rained on endless lines of cars and buses, oil tankers and trucks. The windscreen wipers in despair. Choo, choo, choo. But the rain was going nowhere except down. Francie, mum and baby sister, a long way from home. A big rig passed on a long-haul trip, headed for heaven knows where. It rocked them in the road spray and washed them up into the picnic area. Oh no. Above the highway it rained on the hill, and the baby rabbit dived for cover. It rained on a field mouse, wet and confused in the blackberries, and lucky too, because 300 meters up, a kestrel had lost sight of its prey. You see, Mummy, the cows there? It rained on the canal, turning the water white, and it rained on the fishermen, wet as the fish below. Young Marcus, water running down his neck, his fingers smelling of bait, wished he was somewhere else, while the water ran off the backs of ducks. Quack, quack. The rain soaked two men on the Western Highway interchange. They argued while steam rose from their hot engine. And not looking where it was going, the countryside ran straight into the edge of the highway, bringing with it the faint smell of farmyard. Well, the puppy a bit smelly, I think. Francie, mum and baby sister, such a long way for home. Inside Francie's car, the fog moved in. She wrote her name in her breath on the side window. I do that sometimes too, it's fun, isn't it? She wrote her mum's name with her finger squeaking on the glass. And then her dad's name. Her dad was working far out to sea, gone for 3 weeks now. She wrote it clear across the front window. Wow. My little sister, what will her name be, Mummy? Well, she's not quite with us yet, said Mum. But when will she have a name, Mummy? Said Francie. Soon, said Mum. Sometime soon. Francie saw a whole back window just waiting for her name. A window just waiting for Francie's wet finger. Could it be Alice, maybe? Or Isabel, Emma, or even Zoe? Well, they're nice, Francie, said Mum, but there's a name somewhere out there that will fit her just right. Oh, having a little snack. Makes me hungry. They ate their picnic Grandma had packed. Plum jam sandwiches, oh yum, and hard-boiled eggs with a little sprinkle of salt. They shared the 2 stale toffees found under the old parking tickets in the door. When is Daddy coming home, said Francie. Soon, replied Mum, sometime soon. Like the new baby then, said Francie. And she felt a small movement against her ear. Well, yes, said Mum, brushing crumbs from her knee. Like the new baby. He's got his head on the, he's got her head on Mummy. She can feel the baby. Then the radio played. This is 3LFM, your spot on the station. It's wet on the road, so you take care, folks. Francie and her mum and her baby sister pulled back out into the traffic. Far down the road, they found a service station. Hail hit the roof, and oil on the puddles made rainbows around Francie's toes. What was about to happen would not be noticed by anyone, not by Sam Miller feeding his dog fried chicken legs, nor by Kate Calder losing her sour fruity fizzies from a hole in her pocket, not even by the seagull who was eating them. The lollies have all fallen out, and that bird is eating them. Perhaps it was something unremarkable, not to be seen by strangers passing in the rain. Or it was just a mum lost his thought in a small wood dancing. "Francie, come here," said Mum. "Grace, your new sister, we'll call her Grace." And Mum hugged Francie as best she could, with Francie's sister Grace in between. The three of them, they staggered and toppled a bit, did a slow and awkward little dance of their own, until Francie's feet found the ground again. Grace, it's a nice name, isn't it? Francie had a feeling. Francie knew that right here, with the smell of petrol, her feet all wet on the driveway in the rain, that she would remember the moment forever. "Wait till Daddy hears," says Francie. "Daddy will love that," replied Mum. And way back down the highway, Francie's grandma sipped the tea. Rabbits and field mice were deep in their burrows. Young Marcus headed home for a hot bath, and somewhere the Kestrel chicks went without dinner. Then the sun covered the countryside, far off and away from Grandma's place to home, and out across the sea. Their little car, now full of courage, bumped off down the road. The windows rolled down and the wind rushing through. One window was still fogged up. It had Francie's fading breath and Grace still faintly showing. Can you see that, Grace? There they are, back home. And there's the dad. Well, I really hope you enjoyed that lovely story about a trip back from Grandma's place. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to another episode of Reading with Pak Steven.